Hello YouTube, this is Necrofear331 with another video. This video is going to talk about a few cards to battle the meta. The next format is going to be dominated pretty much by windups, insectors, as well as the Dino Rabbit deck that we've already been dealing with for quite some time now. However, for those of us who don't want to play those decks and want to have a chance in the meta, I decided to make a video of some cards that I thought would be pretty good for the side deck or even main deck that could help battle these cards, or battle these decks. So let's start things off. One of the first cards, and this one's actually probably already a part of a lot of people's side decks, and that is DD Crow. Pretty easy to get. It's in the Legendary Collection, the original set. It's a rare or an ultimate like this one, or it's a common in Turbo Pack. Pretty easy to find card, not too expensive. Really good card though. It can help stop the wind-up loop by banishing the wind-up that they're about to revive with Rat. Get rid of Hunter, etc., etc. It also deals with Insectors fairly well by getting rid of Hornet when they dump it. However, you still got to worry about Hornet being summoned from the hand, which is a little bit more difficult to deal with. It doesn't really do much for Dino Rabbits, so yeah, this card probably wouldn't be helpful in Dino Rabbits against Dino Rabbits, but there's plenty of other cards that deal with Dino Rabbits. In fact, out of the three big decks that are going to be for next format, I think Dino Rabbits will be one of the easier ones to deal with. Insectors probably being the easiest. So we got DD Crow. Another card that I think is going to be quite useful in people's extra decks now, side decks, is Forbidden Chalice. Pretty good card. It's always been pretty good. Tech choice and has a lot of main or side deck options. All it basically does is it kind of acts like a effect veiler, except it can be used on either turn, and they get a slight boost. This could be great for dealing with Dragonfly or Wind-Up Loop. Can also be pretty, can't really do much. Yeah, pretty much can't do much against Dino Rabbits, but it can deal with the other two decks pretty well. I do recommend this card, especially if you can't fit Effect Veilers in your deck, because I know some decks, Effect Veiler just makes them too inconsistent. Another card, this one's a personal favorite of mine, it's Star Changer. This card came out in Generation Force, and wasn't considered all that great. However, I really like this card as a side deck option against Dino Rabbits and windups, because you can, when they summon a rabbit and they go into the two Sabersauruses, you flip this. This is a quick play spell, which is a good reason why this card is so good. It's because it's quick play. So anyways, they summon their two Sabersauruses, you flip that, change one to level 3, and then they can't go into Lagia, and their two dinos get destroyed at the end phase, which is pretty bad for them. So, and they wasted a rabbit's effect. It also stops Tour Guide. They summon Tour Guide, they activate its effect on, get another one. And then you turn one to level 3, turn one into level 2 or level 4, and then they can't go into whatever they want to go into. It doesn't really do anything against Insectors, unfortunately, so you probably won't want to side that in for Insectors. But then we have Bottomless Trap Hole. Everyone pretty much knows this card is pretty good as a side deck card to deal with mostly just Dino Rabbits. They summon their Sabersauruses, you flip this, and they lose their monsters. Doesn't really do anything against the other two decks, unfortunately, but still a decent choice. Another side deck card, Chain Disappearance. This really hurts Insectors. Really hurts Insectors. I've won against Insectors because of this card. I flip it, they lose their dragonfly and they lose all the other dragonflies that they have. So that is pretty potent, you know. So this card could be is really dangerous against Insectors. Probably their biggest, other than maybe I guess Skill Drain or Shadow Imprisoning. But then we have Mirror Oath. This card is great against Dino Rabbits. Whenever they're summoning stuff, you can destroy them and you get the draw, which is pretty nice. Then we have Spirit Reaper. This card's already being teched in a lot of decks. Dino Rabbits can't do much against this at all. Like, they don't have a whole lot of options against this card, and it just literally sits there, and your opponent literally can't do anything about it. So, yeah, really good card. Ugh, this glare is terrible, but two cards that I've just recently kind of been looking through my stuff. I've been trying to find more stuff to stop windups because I think they are the most powerful deck for this coming March format. The loop is just crazy. It's ridiculous. I don't know why Konami thought that it was a good idea to keep that loop, but they did, and unfortunately we have to suffer through it. However, one card that I thought would be neat is a really old card, or a card that nobody ever used. I mean, even when it first came out, it wasn't that popular. But it's called Despair from the Dark. It's a common. It's from, I don't know, Zombie Structure deck or something. Yeah, and its effect is, when this card is sent from the hand or deck to the graveyard by opponent's card effect, special summon this card to the field. This card was fairly decent, I guess, against Vampire Lord back in the day. I mean, if they triggered monster, which most smart players never did, but if they ever triggered a monster, you could pull this out and then special summon it. So, when your opponent loops you, you get to drop this card. And it's a 2800 beater. So, and windups can't get over that very easily. So, pretty cool card to just kind of screw them over with. And then we have kind of the mini version of that. We have Regenerating Mummy, and basically what it does when it's discarded from the hand by your opponent's card effect, you return it back to your hand. So you get to keep a little bit of card advantage, but it's just an 1800 beater, so not too formidable. But I mean, I might test it out. I don't know. Maybe in my zombie deck I was thinking about testing this, but other than that, those are some side deck options. Other cards you can look into: Shadow Imprisoning Mirror is a pretty good card. Skill Drain is a pretty good card to deal with the meta. Obviously, you have your Maxi and your Effect Veiler. And not much else, unfortunately. We're just going to have to kind of suffer through this format, and hopefully, which, you know, chances are in September, both of those decks are going to get their just desserts. So, I say sit back and try to enjoy the game for what it's worth, or what it's not worth. And hopefully Konami fixes this pretty major problem. I think, personally, they're letting one of the most unbalanced decks that I've seen since I started playing this game again back in 2010. They're pretty much letting the most broken deck outside of Frog First Turn Kill and stick around, and I think that's going to hurt them, and it's going to hurt them in the eyes of the player base as well. So, but we'll have to wait and see. Till then, we just have to adapt, and that's what I'm trying to do. So let me know what other side deck options you think might be good this format. Another card that I've been having a lot of fun with, and has actually been doing a pretty decent job, is in Ninjas. I've been using this card called Scary Moth. Look it up. It does so well against Dino Rabbits. I can't even believe it. The card is so crazy good in Dino Rabbits, but against Dino Rabbits, my bad. So, yep. Sorry about that. So please comment, rate, subscribe, whatever. Tell me what cards you guys like to side. But anyways, that's Necrofear331 signing off.